So, what's up, guys? I had to try to go down and fix my computer yesterday. So, I sadly missed the Frank analysis stream that he did with Flame of Liberation and B Level and Ramiro. But I'm gonna make a video right quick here about the Rage Against the War Machine uh, debacle, fiasco. Um, Rage Against the War Machine is bougie and it's a bunch of creeps, racists, and sellouts. You have Jimmy Dore, who praised and defended Kyle Rittenhouse, and whose dad was a cop, by the way. Jimmy Dore's dad was a cop, so that's why we can't really trust Jimmy Dore. You have Tulsi Gabbard, who is a war criminal and an imperialist and a Zionist. You have Scott Ritter, who's a creep and was convicted of being a creep and did prison time for being a creep. You have Caleb Maupin and CPI, who is a wannabe cult leader and also a creep, and a chauvinist. And then you have Jackson Hinkle, who is a racist clout chaser who went on Tucker Carlson. You have Tara Reid, who, despite being a survivor of Joe Biden's assault, is a blatant sycophant for Caleb Maupin and letting Caleb Maupin off the hook for being a creep and a wannabe cult leader. You have Kim Iverson, who's a known clout chaser. And not only is she a known clout chaser, her family were assets of the U.S. regime in Vietnam, imperialist assets of the U.S. regime in Vietnam. That's why her mom migrated to America. What else? What else do we have? Who else is in there? Oh, Garland Nixon is a former cop and, a sycophant to Tucker Carlson, and basically a yes man to Tucker Carlson. And he's there. He's going to be there as well. Who else? Who else is going to be there that's evil and satanic? Oh, the libertarians. Guess what? The libertarians are capitalist. And that's why they can't be trusted. And then you have Ann Wright. And Ann Wright, she used to work for the U.S. regime. And she helped commit war crimes in Grenada. And she helped commit war crimes during the first Gulf War. So, yeah, it's... When you have former U.S. operatives, creeps, racists, and clout chasers in your organization. Oh, and then you have the MPP, which is a Soc Dem Zionist cult, and Nick Brana, who is also proven to be a creep. He's there too. He's going to be there too, and he's buddies with both Caleb Maupin and Jimmy Dore. So that's an issue. That's an issue. And then you have vegan grifter Chris Hedges, who is anti-indigenous and anti-subsistence. So you have hella racist grifters, hella creeps, and hella losers and clout chasers that are going to be there. Now, from what I hear from Flame of Liberation, in March, I believe March 18th, if I'm not mistaken, the Answer Coalition, Black Alliance for Peace, the Palestinian Right of Return, and Sami Dun are doing a response event to this. And go to that one. If you can, go to that one. But I would avoid the Rage Against the War Machine because of all the racists, clout chasers, and creeps there. So yeah, and furthermore, I would also say we need to oppose U.S. imperialism and we need to oppose Zionism. And if you're supporting war criminals like Tulsi or like Scott Ritter or literal former if you're supporting literal former cops like Glenn Ford, then you're not an anti-imperialist. If you're supporting creeps like Caleb, what's his face, Scott Ritter or Nick Brana, then you're not an anti-imperialist. You're just a clout chaser, you know? And the fact that Hinkle the Stinkle, who is basically a racist grifter and clout chaser from Orange County, is speaking there, and the fact that you have people like Tulsi, Scott Ritter, Garland Nixon, and Jimmy Dore, Tulsi Gabbard, Kim Iverson, and even Tara Reid, who is despite herself being a survivor of Joe Biden's abuses, is a total sycophant for Caleb Maupin. And yeah, the fact that Jimmy Dore's there and he defended Kyle Rittenhouse. He defends racists. He defended, and not only that, but he interviewed a member of the Boogaloo Boys. And he did a really softball interview with a member of the Boogaloo Boys. I don't know if you remember that too. So again, all these libertarian clout chasers, racists, and creeps are the ones who are going to be at the Rage Against the War Machine. And it seems like Franco said yesterday, like it's going to be a one-time event, like a one-off type of event. Oh, and you have the racist Mises Caucus, who is a blatantly racist group of libertarians. But no, going back to other point I was saying, Franco said, and again, he would know better than me, that this seems to be like a big one-time event, and it's not going to be like a movement, like building off of that. So that's how you know they're a bunch of clout chasers, racists, and creeps. Like, you know, like that's what they are. So if you're with Rage Against the War Machine, you're supporting racists, clout chasers, and creeps. If you're with the Answer Coalition, you're supporting Black, Palestinian, Indigenous, and Pacific Islander peoples, and actual anti-imperialists and actual communists. So go to the Answer Coalition, avoid the Rage Against the War Machine. That's my advice. There you go. Peace.